I called Ed Reed and asked him about the impending Hall of Fame announcement. You nervous? Reed, who retired after the 2013 season, is one of 15 finalists to have their fate decided by the Hall of Fame committee this weekend. Though it would be natural for him to have some anxiety, Reed, a friend and former teammate of mine, responded as calmly as I expected. Not at all, he said, after directing contractors to wipe their feet on the mat as they came into his Atlanta area home. Despite being the epitome of a modern NFL safety for a generation, Reed wasn't calm because of certainty about the outcome. Who knows what they'll do, he said. It came from an understated, intrinsic self-assuredness that showed in the way Reed played, breaking the rules of covers when his football supercomputer mind calculated an opportunity, and in the way he has always presented himself. Reed has never been a trendsetter or a trend follower. His clothes and hair have always made him look more like a Delta blues musician rolling to his next gig than a superstar athlete. After a couple of seconds of silence, he said to me, "I hope Atwater gets in," referring to Steve Atwater, the Denver Broncos All-Pro safety in the 90s who has been repeatedly snubbed. Reed's deep respect for the position he perfected and the players who came before him bubbled up during a conversation that should have been focused on him. As far as safeties go, he is one of the best to ever do it, Reed said before recounting Atwater's most iconic play. In 1990, Reed watched the Week 2 Monday night game, Kansas City Chiefs at Denver Broncos, when the Chiefs' 253-pound running back Christian, the Nigerian Nightmare, Okoye, who had become an All-Pro by barreling over and through defenders, rumbled into the Broncos' defensive backfield. In just his second season, the 218-pound Atwater did the unimaginable. He met Okoye head-to-head and knocked him back. Was a woo hitter, said Reed of the 8-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro and 2-time Super Bowl champion. He was one of the guys I looked up to, but Ronnie Lott was my guy. Reed expounded on the virtues of Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott as I listened silently. Without a pause, he took the conversation to Seattle Seahawks Hall of Fame safety, Kenny Easley. Reed rattled through descriptions of the best players at his position like a safety sommelier. Then he went deep into the vintage and pulled out a 1948, "You gotta watch some M-line tunnel highlights." Reed raved about Tunnel's prowess returning interceptions, a skill for which Reed himself is known. Reed's 107-yard return in 2008 is an NFL record, which beat his 106-yarder from 2004. Neither of those plays were Reed's most memorable, however. I would imagine it's hard to choose a single most memorable play from a 13-year career with 64 interceptions and 13 touchdowns, but he did. And on that play he didn't record a single stat, not a tackle, interception, or even a deflection. It was the game-sealing interception by former Baltimore Ravens cornerback Kerry Williams in the 2012 AFC Championship game in Foxborough, Massachusetts, against the New England Patriots. "I knew Brady was reading me," Reed recalled. "And I knew if I went low, he was going to take a shot deep. So I told Kerry to get back and he better catch the ball." It all played out just as Reed foresaw, as so many other plays had over the years. Ed Reed, center for the Baltimore Ravens, celebrates after intercepting a pass from Colin Kaepernick, left for the San Francisco 49ers in the second quarter during Super Bowl 47 at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on Feb. 3, 2013, in New Orleans. Mike Gurman, Getty Images. In the Super Bowl, Reed intercepted Colin Kaepernick, giving him his 9th postseason interception, which tied him with Lott for the most postseason interceptions. The Ravens went on to win the Super Bowl in New Orleans, Reed's hometown. Reed was always an outspoken presence in the locker room, but much less so to the public. When you've had the career he's had, the individual attention will come. "I've given a few Hall of Fame speeches already, high school, college, and the University of Miami. If I get into Canton, I already know my speech. It's about my dad and mom, the people who sacrificed for me, but he believes that he owes them so much more than kind words. And, if they are responsible for instilling the values and drive that guided and fueled the best safety many of us have ever had the privilege of watching, we all owe them at least a thank you.